Hey, hello. Jack Tubbs from the J Team at Realty One in Surprise, Arizona, coming to you on this beautiful Monday here in the Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, I want to apologize for Friday's post. I heard that it went out without any sound, so I'm going to rectify that. I'm going to bring you the same information that I gave on Friday, but hopefully it's going to come across with sound. I'm pretty sure I corrected the issue there. But anyways, I'm talking about new builds, and one of the things that really has kind of stymied the new builds has been COVID-19. The new home builder confidence index had dropped down from like about 93 to about 83. Well, it jumped up a point after having one of the slowest Januaries it's had in the past couple of years. It jumped up to 84, and that's only because the demand is still there. But one of the problems that new home builders are having are supply problems, and we're seeing the average price of a new build home going up almost $16,000 across the board because lumber has taken such a big jump. And why is that taking such a big jump? Because COVID-19 hit the lumber industry very, very hard. We saw almost 6,000 job losses through the American lumber industry, causing some lumber mills to shut down and the other mills trying to pick up the slack that has been left by these mills closing down. With that, that means prices have begun to rise because once again, we see the law of supply and demand take over in the lumber market. And when we get to the house building market, then it takes over there because prices have raw material prices have risen, so it's passed on to the consumer as they buy homes, plus the supply is low. And as I told you a few months ago, I worked with a buyer who was working in Buckeye in a new build subdivision, and they were having a lottery, and they were only building 5 homes every other month or something like that, and you had to get in the lottery. If your number wasn't called, then you had to wait till the next lottery before you could pick a lot and pick the home style that you wanted. So it's been a really kind of rough and tumble ride for the new home builders because they haven't been able to build the inventory that they want, but their prices are beginning to rise, and they know that once they build something, it is sold. We don't see a lot of spec homes sitting on the market. We don't see a lot of cancellations sitting on the market. They don't last long, and if there are some there, they're usually sitting there and holding their price steady at what they would have charged a client or what they would normally charge for that spec home. We're going to continue to, and another thing that seems to be affecting new home builds is being able to get appliances and other finishing products, flooring, etc. Once again, because of COVID-19 has slowed things down. We've seen a lot of people laid off, and we've seen a lot of people or a lot of plants slow their production down because they don't have personnel to be at optimal production rates. So we're seeing lacks for ovens and microwaves and refrigerators and washers and dryers and all these other components that fit in, air conditioners, furnaces, all these other components that go into a new built home. So we're once again going to see the price rise a little bit because of those. But along with that, we're continuing to see the new home builders confidence index continue to rise because once again, we're not seeing a lot of spec homes sit on the market. We're not seeing a lot of cancellations by people who have already entered into a contract to buy a home, and then they decided they don't have the finances or they lost their job or whatever, and they have to pull out. We're not seeing a lot of that, and if we do, the houses that they built for those clients that may have pulled out or the specs that they put don't last long on the market. So just wanted to share this with you, knowing that if you're in the new home market, you're going to see your price rise a little bit, and you're still going to see the fierce competition. And unfortunately, in some subdivisions, depending on their supply chain, you may even have to wait months before your house even breaks ground, depending on what kind of system they have to have set up because of the shortfall in the raw building materials that your builder may be experiencing at this moment. We're seeing continuous improvements. We're seeing mills start up again. Once again, because demand is still high, the housing market, especially throughout the Southwest, the West Coast, and even the Northwest. We're seeing it in the South, and even a few parts in the Midwest. The East Coast seems to be cooling down a little bit. We're seeing some people move from the East Coast south to warmer climes down there. Also, once again, we're seeing the cost of living kind of rise in places like New York, and some of the other bigger cosmopolitan or metropolitan areas throughout the East Coast. So we're seeing a shift where people are living, and we're seeing prices go up in those places where people are moving to, and the new builds are still going fiercely in those markets where we're seeing a great move, a great emigration too. So, once again, if you are in the new build home market and you need somebody to help you and you need a little bit of guidance, please feel free to give me a call. I'm more than happy to help. You can get a hold of me directly at 248-330-7972. That's 248-330-7972. You can email me, Jack, Jack, at the J Team, which is THE, the letter J, the word team, .house. So that's Jack at the JTeam.house, or you can call the office, talk to any of my team members, 623-252-4061. That's 623-252-4061. Hey, this is Jack from the J Team at Realty One in Surprise, Arizona, wishing you a fantastic Monday. Once again, apologizing for Friday's post. Hopefully this one came through with the same information we shared on Friday, and we'll see you again tomorrow with more about what's going on in the Phoenix real estate market. Have an awesome day.